Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the VR46 career mode. Now in today's episode we have round 16 of 18, I think it is. Isn't it 18 rounds? Yeah, it is 18 rounds, so we have 3 races left. Just a quick reminder that we lead the championship by 17 points. Pretty much Zarco's out of it now. He'd need a DNF from Bagnaia and myself in the next round. He'd have to win, and even at that it would be a push. He'd probably have about 20 points going into the last round, 15 points to make up into the final 2 races. I can't win the championship today, but I can sure as hell give it a good shot out putting it a bit too far past Bagnaia into final 2 rounds. So obviously we have Phillip Island in Australia in today's episode. Next up Sepang, a track that I will be quick at. I'm quite good there, and it's not a track that I struggle to overtake, or not that I struggle, it won't be a track to struggle to overtake. It has a lot of opportunities, whereas Phillip Island, if you look at the track layout, it's a lot of long corners and flowing lines. It's not easy to stick a bike underneath someone and make the pass stick, but nonetheless we're going to give it a good shot. I am absolutely adore this track. I could ride around it all day. And Valencia, it's a go-kart track, as Scott Redding once called it. It's one of the best tracks in the world to go to for viewing. If you actually look at the picture, they're all around the outside. It's like a football stadium, it's like a grandstand where you can sit and watch it. You can see the whole track. But as a spectator of the races there, it's usually cold there in November. It's a crash fest. It's not the most entertaining races. But yeah, we'll hopefully have the championship pretty much sewn up by Valencia in the next 2 rounds here. But anyway, enough waffling. Let's get into the race. Right, we've gone with the recommended tyre. Pecco is only in P5. He's on the same tyres as me, soft medium. Same with Zarco back in P11. So it looks like the Ducatis aren't that good around here. They look to be struggling. Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult to make overtakes at this track. Like I did mention, it's one of the fastest tracks in the world, but it is an absolute joy to ride, and I will enjoy this one. But yeah, my plan is to get the best start possible, get into the top 15 by the end of lap 1, and then over lap by lap maintain my tyres and try and take positions and be in a good position for the final few races, maybe, or the final few laps, sorry, and give it a good push for a good result. Here we are. What can we do from last on the grid? It's very uphill start. You don't realise that when you're that far back on the grid, or forward on the grid even. Been a wicked start, a very good start, but the bike is bucking and making all sorts of shapes into one. And we are into P12. This has been a cracking start. Rossi's 400 career races at this track, and he went from about 7th or 8th on the grid into first into turn 1, and we've just done very similar, except he went on the outside, we went to the inside, but we've made up some great positions on the opening sector. Basically took 10 positions. So now this is brilliant for me now, because I can just sit back and just ride safe and ride cautious, because we're already alongside Zarco, which has kind of put him out of the championship challenge there. Now we're going to slide up the inside of Vaseline. This contact is going to be on the inside though for Siberia, I think it's called, turn 8 there, or is it the Wood Shack, or can't think of the name of that corner. I think it's Siberia. The main thing now with the soft front tires is we maintain the soft as best we can. I'm not too worried about the medium rear. We just slip up the inside of Bastianini there. But we can see it's Miller in second. He's top Ducati at the moment, so not a big worry for me. Ooh, rear end let go through the last corner, out onto the curb, looking like I'm struggling for a bit of grip out of corner entry, or corner exit I should say. It's a bit of a track that takes a lot of confidence. What was that? There's a bit of a kicker in the middle of that corner there, and it really upsets the bike. But as I was saying, it's a track that you really need to be confident around here to go quick, and when you jump on, your first 2 laps are never that good. So I'm going to just take maybe a few laps off this race where I just sit in here, get the tyres into night operating window, the brakes up, get a feel for this bike, and make sure we don't do anything stupid. I can see Pecco's in P4. He's just got ahead of Marquez, I believe. And it's Rins here in P10. So these are slowly holding up. But it looks Fabio at the front doesn't have to be. It doesn't look like he's got ridiculously good pace. He's not putting away. We've actually gone around the outside of Rins, but he's going to have the inside for Lucky Heights. We're going to try and toughen around the outside and do what we did to Bassini, but he just managed to cover back. But we're going to go for it anyway. That was tight. So you can already see the front side of my tyre, front tyre, is front left side, I should say. It's starting to wear a bit faster than the rest, so I'm going to have to be careful in the left-handers. Much better exit that time, into the slipstream of Zarco. Across the line, Pecco's the fastest man on track, no surprise there. We should just be able to force Zarco out, and we do. And we actually might get pulled, but no, he comes back across us. Will Zarco fight up the inside? He won't be determined. That Ducati is good. Oh, just a bit too close there to pull, lost a bit of drive on him. Can we do it into Stone, or can we do it down into the old Honda hairpin? Just straight up in small with a contact, we just push him a touch wide. Nice block pass, and that is P8. So this isn't good for Pecco's championship, but we are doing very well here to get back a lot of these positions early on in this race. And as the race goes on and more clear track in front of me, I'll have so much more pace in hand, so I'll be able to use the strengths of this Yamaha. But now, just for the opening 5 laps, I'm going to take my time, make sure my tyres don't get too worn, make sure I have plenty of fuel on board. But Phillip Island does throw up a lot of races like this where there's a group of 8 riders, 8, 10, 6 riders a lot of times around this track. Out of the final corner we come. We have broken the gap already from pole. Pretty much on Pecco's fastest lap time, just with 2 tenths off, so not too bad. Oh, huge moment, and that lost us a good bit of time. The rear end, we had a bit of a front tuck on the right side, and the rear came around and pushed me a touch wide. True Stoners, beautiful corner that is, and down into MG. We do take our Honda hairpin. We do take a lot of time out of them. So into this is side area actually. Sorry, yeah, I knew that this is called the. I can't think of what that corner here is. Sure, something or other. But anyway, it might come to me during the race. Is it a hay shed? I think it's a hay shed. This one is definitely Lucky Heights. Ooh. And down into MG. Very difficult corner to get right. We are starting to get a bit close to the back of Jorge Martin. Just as well, the right side of my rear is starting to go. I can feel just a small pumping, bit of chatter on the rear, on the left side, sorry. Once again though, just making sure we don't crash on that little kicker there in the middle of the corner. That will not be fun in a league race when you're pushing all out. True Stoners, we come once again. Make up a lot of time on the brakes as we do. So it's on lap 5 now. Still really holding my pace back. If I start battling with these guys, I will really affect my tyres. The Hondas behind aren't catching. Or the Honda, I should say. It's actually a Honda and Ducati, so this pace is good enough for now. Fabio isn't disappearing. We can push later in the race. And try and make up positions then and see can we win this race. The start was critical. I knew I had to get a good run, but I didn't think I could make up the bulk of 10 positions in the opening 2 corners. Throttle control in a race like this is crucial, and I don't think Valentino one of his biggest strengths, probably one of the greatest riders in the world for throttle control. Oh, his ability to maintain tyre and go at a serious pace as well has been something that stands to him throughout his career, no matter what category of bike he's been riding. I think now Marquez is holding up, so I'm going to have to make a decision here to push to get past Martin, Elish and Marquez. Marquez is wide. Oh, we're going over the white line. It's an overtake on... Oh, I've actually caused carnage there and I've gone up 3 positions. Small bit of contact on Marquez. And that has got me through into P5. Next up it's Bagnaia. Jorge Martin is sticking with me though, so it looks like he was also being held up by Marquez. It's 2 factory Ducatis, a factory Yamaha, a factory Suzuki in the top 4, and a factory bike into P5 and a satellite team. A lot of extra fuel on board, so it's going to burn a bit down the home straight. Just to shed a small bit of weight. Oh, the next lap now, I just want to close this gap up a touch. Again, it's critical we save the tyres because the left side of my tyres is feeling quite poor at the moment. Pace is strong though. We've completely dropped Jorge Martin and we are on the back now of the top 4 pretty much. But unfortunately it's a predominantly left hand track. Pecco looks like a few times he's just made past Mir, but this one he actually has finally got the move done. So we're going to go and try and start to up the pace now and go for the victory. Go and pass these boys. Go to the outside maybe. Can I get across them? Looks like I might have the inside for... No, I haven't. Oh yes I do. Turn back. I might even get Pecco on exit. Just set him up and that should have Mir's out through. It does. Mir is into him, so we actually pushed him back 1 position and gone forward ourselves. Now we are into the podium positions. Jack Miller leads his home race, but Pecco or Fabio looks like he was going around the outside. To turn 1 into Doing's corner and now into the southern loop. Again, the bike through here just feels like the front is going to go at any moment. And as soon as you pick up the throttle, it just steps out of touch. Good job here now of maintaining position to Mir, and we are looking like we could easily win this one. We do have the pace, so it'll be Miller having a look through Siberia, right up on the back of Fabio now. Try and use a real swooping line through there. Go for it up the inside. We've been a bit too extreme at this point of the championship to try and move at that speed into Lukey Heights. Tires are well worn now, you can feel the bike floating about on track. So crash further back, it's not any of the title rivals. Good exit though, bit of slipstream as well for good measure. We're not going to be close enough to make a move down into Doon's corner. Maybe if we could have a look into Southern Loop. Not this time around. We've seen very good through Stoners. We are pulling away now. It looks like Pecco might get Mir back. Could we do a move down into Honda Hairpin? No, these boys are actually picking up the pace quite well. So, got right up to the back of Fabio. That's a mistake on my behalf. I lost a bit of time there over that. the rear. They're starting to let go on exit. They're actually finding time, because I'm actually not finding that easy to stick with them now. So maybe I've left it a bit too late. Oof, we're in just again, snapping on me. Gonna use extra fuel now, this time out of the final corner. We are pretty close now to the back of Fabio. With slipstream, we should just get alongside him into one. Will he fight it back though? We got on the car that pushed us wide. That will give him the position back, unfortunately. We'll keep a nice tight line through Southern Loop. We're not going to be able to get him. Could we get him into Stoners? Again, he covered off the inside line. Oh, rear end let go there. Big time. The Yamas are queuing up behind Jack Miller. Fab's a bit wide. We're still not getting enough traction out of the corner to get him. Maybe here, can we cut on? Oh, I had to close the throttle there. So we're coming on now to the final lap, and it looks like I'm going to run out of time to pass these. Try it into MG one more time. We're alongside. He turns in though. Go for a cut back through here. Works perfectly, does it? We drift out just like we did to Fabio, to Pecco. We just picked him up. Now it's us versus Miller. We are in his slipstream. He goes defensive. We're going to go to the outside. Final lap time. We've matched him, but we're not going to get him into one. We have a look into Southern Loop. And it looks like we've managed to get him. Yeah, he's quite wide through there. Fabio might even get back through. Out onto the curb. Bike having a big head shake. Has that let Miller back at us? He's right there. We have to go a bit defensive into Honda hairpin. Just stop it on the apex. But I've gone wide. But I've squared it off quite well. Again, struggling now to get the bike stopped and turned through Siberia. Oh, what a huge moment that was. And wide, big wide. I'm making mistakes now, I'm pushing too hard in this final lap. And I'm in hot into MG. Just need to bring this home now, I need to shut and bring this home. And it looks like we've actually done it now. Miller has fallen back. He's going to settle for second place in his home race. We've done it. Victory in Phillip Island. That is huge again for the championship. That could be the one that breaks it for me. Pecco comes home in P4. Managed to probably pip Mir to the line because there's only a tenth and a bit in it. What does that do for the championship? Puts me 29 points clear, which means if I can limit Pecco to scoring 4 more points than me, I think I've won more races than him, or have I? I don't actually know. So if he scores less than 3 points more than me in Sepang, we are world champion. And that was the goal for this season, to get to 10 world titles. So we are very close. We're not there yet. Yeah, I might close in on Ducati in the constructors as well, but I just need to. So if he wins in Sepang, if I come second, it'll go to Valencia. But if I can, basically, if he finishes anywhere outside the podium and I finish behind him, I should win the title. But if he's on the podium, I kind of have to beat him to win it in Sepang. Ideally, I don't want to go to Valencia because Rossi has a torrid history of races or championships being decided in Valencia. He lost the championship in 2006 there in 2015, and yeah, it's not a happy hunting ground for Valentino. His last victory in Valencia, believe it or not, was 2004. 5. I was on a special livery Yamaha, the red and white one, things for their 50th anniversary. I think that one was. Could be wrong on the anniversary, but they ran a red and white one and he dominated and won it. He's never had a great pace in Valencia, so we're not going to go there and hopefully win that one. We're going to try and have the championship done and maybe do maybe race the wheels off the bike then with the championship sewn up. Fabio's leathers are covered in dirt. What was he doing on the last lap? If you're looking around, he's caked in dirt. That's weird. So, championship is almost there. Malaysia is next. We've yet to have a wet race as well. The qualifying for Phillip Island was wet for that one, but again, we haven't had any wet sessions all year, so never know, we might have a bit of weather to finish off the season. It would be quite interesting. It would be nice to race in the wet. But I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked it, drop a like down below and subscribe for more. I shall see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.